Every day, men and women end their careers in the United States military, sometimes by choice, others due to adverse situations that have left them no other option. These men and women have fought for our country and are now coming home to face yet another different kind of battle. Some of these former soldiers come home and decide to use their benefits towards obtaining a college degree. The University of South Florida was recently voted #1 veteran-friendly university in the southeastern United States by the Military Times. In St. Petersburg, Florida, just across the Howard Franklin Bridge, lies the university's sister campus, USFSP. Here, students and faculty walk amongst veterans every day. On the USFSP campus in Bay Barrow Hall is where you can find all of the information you may need as a veteran, located where you may least expect it, nicely organized on a desk in the hallway just outside of the financial aid office. Here is where you can also find Milton White. White is the financial aid team manager and Veterans Services certifying official here on campus. He tells us that there are more vets at USFSP than what we may be aware of.
The best estimate that I can give you, and I give this to everyone, is that I know for a fact that there are 200 veterans on this campus receiving benefits. I can pull that from the names and numbers that are being certified at Tampa for this camp. Outside of that, it's best guess because I don't know how many veterans that aren't receiving benefits are actually here. My best estimate right now is about 400 to 500.
Jared Alberico is a student veteran at USF Saint Pete. Formerly serving in the U.S. Army, he has recently started a new organization on campus, the Student Veterans Organization, to which he holds the position of president. Jared explains to us what the SVO stands for.
We purposely called it the Student Veterans Organization, which is SVO for short, because we wanted to make sure that there was a clear distinction between SVA at the Tampa campus, which is Student Veterans Association. From my understanding, the basic concept is still the same, helping fellows, veterans and military service members transition, kind of like a brother/sisterhood environment. You could almost say it's like, a fraternity in a way. It's kind of like a family getting together. It's something that you're a part of for the rest of your life. They understand each other better than anybody else, so that's kind of, in civilian terms, what it turns out to be. That's really the idea, and as far as our organization is also concerned, it's about bettering our community through projects and volunteering, but also to try to create a educational environment as far as communicating, with students and faculty and staff and the community.
Jared is working hard every day to make USFSP a more favorable place for veterans. When he started school here, he was mistaken about the amount of support that the university offered for vets. He wants to try and improve that.
You go through orientation, they say, hey, go find an organization and go be a part of it. And one of the very first things I looked for was a veterans organization, and there wasn't one at all. The only one that you could find was on the Tampa campus. That same conversation always just comes up. It's, man, I wish we had this. We should do something about that. And then you don't do anything. And one veteran, Clarence Ford, had sent out an email and just said, hey, who wants to do it? We're going to do it. And so he kind of really got the ball going. And then after a couple months, it's kind of got stale again. And then I got with Clarence and I said, hey, how can we finally get this going? And then me and him just finally knocked it out and got it in place.
The major goal of the SVO at USFSP is to build a friendly and dedicated space for veterans here on campus. The main USF campus in Tampa has something only Jared and the other veterans on campus can hope for.
They have a person there, I think, that kind of helps with job placement kind of thing. So it's like a veteran's perspective on that. So they have, I think they have kind of almost like a tutoring log where you can find somebody to help you out with tutoring. They have space and things like that. So it's almost like a safety area, I guess you could say, someplace that you can go and you can joke with other people, and it's kind of like who's there. For us, that's important because a lot of us are going through different transition issues. When you get out of the military, it's almost like they pretty much drop kick you. Your contract's done, you go, and a lot of veterans take months and years to find jobs.
Another veteran student I caught up with seems to be a prime example of the challenges that these students are facing. Donald Brown is a veteran of the United States Air Force and has been out of service for just about a year.
Military changed my entire life. It changed who I am. There's things that you experience, things that you go through that you will never go through outside it. And it changes you to the basic core of who you are. Coming out, I didn't really see a lot of hope. I saw losing what I'd wanted to do since I was a kid.
Like many other veterans, Brown struggled to find employment when he got out of the military. He was able to secure a job at the local bait and tackle shop. Here, Brown spends 12 hours a day dealing with unruly customers, filling fishing poles with line, stocking frozen squid, and slinging bait, as he calls it. He went from making a decent salary as an MP in the Air Force to trying to survive on only $8.50 an hour. Recently, Brown decided to go back to school. He's working towards a degree in criminal justice. Students like Brown and Alberico really need a space to meet with each other, to help them get through the struggles that they are facing while trying to be a successful college student.
You don't want everybody knowing your business because you're very prideful. You've worked to get where you are, kind of thing. And when you have to go through these lines and you kind of feel like you're begging for help or information, it's not a comforting feeling. So a space where you see other veterans asking, or it's a veteran who can help you, you feel safe, you feel like it's a family member helping you as opposed to an outside source. So a space is important, and a space is important to developing different things that we can do to help veterans. We can create something there where people can help them if they can't afford things. We can be there and we can say, hey, let's study together. We'll use my book or a library, a course book library or something. There's things that we can do. And you can't do that on a sidewalk, and you can't do that at the fountain. You just can't do it there. There has to be a space. And that's why almost every single campus you go to, there is that space, except for here. So our goal is to help evolve USFSP into being a gold standard instead of being, less than that.
Jared tells me that this space is something that may be coming as early as spring 2015. Since most of the veterans that are in the SVO will be graduating soon, this isn't something that they'll be able to see for themselves. The real focus is to make it better for those coming behind them.